May be seated. Right here.
Morning, Dr. John Reed on behalf of the plaintiff. Doctor, if you could take a look at Exhibit S, which I believe is in front of you there, is the asset purchase agreement. I'm guessing the thickness of those documents. Let me ask you, Doctor, were copies of versions of this document ever provided to any of the plaintiffs in this case prior to the sale?
I have no idea.
Were any of these doctors at board of directors meetings of medical specialists PC the plaintiff doctors?
I'm sorry, I don't understand your question.
The plaintiffs, Drs. Leos, Atasi, Sethi, and Patel, were any of those four present at board of directors meetings when this asset purchase agreement was discussed?
I believe that Dr. Leos and Dr. Atasi were invited. Well, Dr. Leos was a member of the board. Dr. Atasi was invited to attend. I don't remember when they did or didn't attend.
In doing so, as a matter of general course, would they have been privy to see copies of the asset purchase agreement at any time?
I believe so.
Okay. Like you mentioned earlier that you had had some agreements and formed some verbal agreements prior to the signing of the asset purchase agreement. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Could you please flip to page number 37 in the asset purchase agreement? See that paragraph? It's paragraph 11.1.
Yes.
Could you read that paragraph, please, sir?
11.1, entire agreement. This agreement, including the schedules and exhibits hereto and the documents delivered pursuant to hereto, constitute the entire agreement and understanding between the parties hereto, and supersede any prior agreement and understanding relating to the subject matter of this agreement. This agreement may be modified or amended only by a duly authorized written instrument executed by the parties hereto.
What does that paragraph mean to you, Doctor?
I think it speaks for itself. As a non-attorney, I would ask the advice of counsel on interpretation of it.
I want to go through, Doctor, if we could, the assets that were sold by medical specialists to Franciscan Alliance. And I think you'll start to find a general list of those on page 2 of the agreement, starting with paragraph 1.1a.
Yes.
Okay. Paragraph 1.1a is equipment. Did medical specialists sell all of this equipment to Franciscan Alliance?
I don't know that medical specialists ever owned equipment, but if it did have equipment, I believe it would have been sold.
Well, the other parties, selling parties to this contract are Medical Specialists Inc. PC, Family Care Center of Indiana LLC, and Munster Medical Center Infusion Products Inc. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did those entities collectively sell all of their equipment to Franciscan Alliance under the terms of this agreement and its attached schedules?
I believe so.
Paragraph B, supplies. Same question as to the supplies, all sold to Franciscan Alliance?
I believe so.
Okay. Paragraph C, assumed contracts. It says that they're listed in Schedule 1.1c. Were all of those assumed contracts sold to Franciscan Alliance?
I can't speak to it. I think that assumed contracts were assigned or sold, and I don't know which contracts were assumed and were not assumed.
Let's flip back to Schedule 1.1C, which might be difficult to find. I think with the document you have in front of you, could you take a look at what is marked as confidential, page 256?
I think you might have to show that to me.
Sure.
Okay.
You're going to see confidential, page number 266. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. That shows the employment agreement with Alexander Stemmer and Elliot Stokar as employee being sold to Franciscan Alliance. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. On the next, I'm sorry, not the next page, but page 258. There are two, under items number 265 and 266, there are medical director agreements in which Daniel Smith is a party. Does it say that those were sold to Franciscan Alliance?
They're listed.
On the next page, number 259, items 275 through 277 are medical director agreements. 274. Let me go back. Page 258, starting at item 273, 274, 275, 276, and 277 were medical director agreements listing Denise Weaver as a party. Do you see those?
I do.
And were those sold to Franciscan Alliance?
They're listed.
Same page, number 259, items 280 and 281, in the name of Don H. Mott as a party. You see those?
Which numbers?